Hello, our topic today is African kingdoms and empires. African kingdoms and empires. Today we are going to look at the Benin kingdom, the Oyo kingdom, Kanem Borno, that is the Muslim kingdom, the Asante kingdom of Ghana. Welcome. Let's look at the meaning of Amit. Amit is a traditional story of ostensibly, that is said to be true but not really true, historical events that serves to unfold part of the world view of a people or explain a practice, belief, or a natural phenomenon. So we are going to look at the creation myth of the Yoruba, the Tiv, the Igbo creation, the Hausa, and the scientific discovery of Lucy. So the creation myth of the Yorubas believes that life started at Ife when Olodumare was given palm wine and some calabashes and sent to Orishanya. Olodumare is their god, to come and create the earth. But Orishanya drank a lot of palm wine and then fell asleep. Then another god, Oduduwa, took it from him and came to create the earth. So Oduduwa is the first man on earth according to the Yoruba creation of Ghana. So you follow me as we take a look on these topics. The Benin kingdom, also known as the Edo Empire, has its story legend which was transferred orally to its people. Edo State was formerly known as Igodomigodo, and its rulers are known as Ogisios, which are gods of the sky. Prince Ekaladera, the son of the last Ogisio, had a dispute with his uncle. He was then banished and he fled for his life. He later changed his name to Izoduwa, which meant I have chosen the path of prosperity and traveled to the land of the Yorubas. He became known as Oduduwa, the ruler of Ife. Yes, the name was corrupted from Ozuduwa to Oduduwa. Oramiya, the grandson of Oduduwa, came back to the land of Edo people and married a beautiful woman called Eriwinde. She was the daughter of the ninth Enogie. Enogie is known as a duke, and they had a baby. So they had a baby together. Oromia and Eriminde, they had a baby together. But Oduduwa was not happy where he was. He declared the land Ilebinu. That means it's a land of vexation. He said it's only someone that is born with the mysteries of this land can rule it. He decided to go back to Ife, leaving his son as the king. His son's name is Eweka, and there's a lot of things as regards how the son got the name. When the child was born, he couldn't speak, but when the child finally spoke, he said Ewameka, which means my hands have got it. But the Benin people corrupted it to Eweka. King Eweka became the first Oba of Benin. He was the first that changed the name of from Igodomidogodo to Edo. And because his descendant was traced back to the Ogiso, he was considered as a direct descendant of God. He had divine rights to rule, and all the kings after him had divine rights to rule. Now, the Edo had an administrative structure. The kingdom was divided into king, then the king had other administrative chiefs. The fief holders are responsible for the daily administration of their various communities. Then the king had 7 royal nobles. The hereditary ones are the Uzamas and the non-hereditary ones too. The kingdom had great walls and impressive gates, taking years to build. And the great work of Edo spread to other lands. It also has a powerful and well-disciplined military. The king was the supreme military commander, but he has generals serving under him. It was broken into units and sub-units, and even the queen mother had regiments of soldiers. It has very clever leaders and very business-oriented. It got money from 3 main sources: taxes from the waterways, tolls from those who want to enter the city to trade, and tributes from slaves that were conquered. After hearing about the grandeur and splendor, many people wanted to enter the city to trade. Craftsmen, artisans, carpenters, bronze makers, clothes makers, they all flocked into the city. The empire developed an artistic culture, bronze carving, ivory, and bronze sculpture that we see today, and also explains why the city is so beautiful and well designed. Great Benin King. Benin had great rulers who guided the nation into wealth and prosperity. Eware the Great reigned between 1440 and 1473. He is the most famous of the Benin Obas. He was a brilliant ruler and it remained for his strong leadership and military skills. His captives were forced to pay tribute to the Oba. Some of the captured people include the Ekiti, Ikare, and the Igbo people. The empire grew to be known to become Ile Ibenu, which was the name Oromia had already given it. Obaeware the Great introduced the Igwe festival and he created a political structure that increased the king's authority and set to conquer more lands. Their disciplined military helped them to conquer many more lands. Soon the empire had a lot of conquered territories, which includes the Ishekiri, the Isan, Eka, and Ijo, the Urobos, and of course the Edo people themselves. The Benin city gained dominance in Nigeria, in Midwest, with its borders with Oyo to the west and Niger to the east. The empire was corrupted from Ile Ibinu to Ubinu and now to Benin City by the Portuguese in the 1450s. So let's talk about the Europeans now. As you know, the Benin City on the coast, so it's likely that they will be the first to receive the foreign explorers. These foreign explorers have been lured to Benin by the tales of its splendor. The people of the kingdom love to do business and trade, and so before you know it, the people started trading palm oil for gun, even pepper for manilas. Their multiple wars that they had with other people have helped them to capture POWs, prisoners of wars, which became slaves. They sold these slaves to the foreigners in exchange for other items, even if they sold these snails in small numbers. And so that's it for the Benin Kingdom. Okay, in our next topic, we're going to treat the Benin Kingdom on how it traded on the transatlantic and trans-Saharan trade. You join me. So let's look at the Oyo Empire. Okay, the Oyo Kingdom of southwestern Nigeria rose to power during the 14th century. Legend has it that Yoruba and Benin people are kinsmen. Okay, so the Oyo Empire developed by an African ethnic group called the Yoruba, which populated the region. Then the Yoruba also created. The ruler of the Oyo Empire was called the Alafin. Okay, now the empire extended between Dahomey or the Republic of Benin and even the Niger River. Okay, so the Oyo Kingdom rose to prominence during the 17th century. Oyo's major exports, however, was slaves. It was a slave state, so the king used slave labor on his farmland. Then in 1796, Afonja of Ilori, one of his military commanders, they overthrew them. Then Oyo began to decline due to combination of different factors. The Oyo military also began to suffer several defeats from the Egba, Nupe, and Bogo people. Okay, in the 19th century, civil war broke out within the empire as Yoruba city-states waged war against each other. So these wars furiously brought their economic life down. Okay, and it eventually collapsed the Oyo